Hello, everybody, and welcome back. As promised, we got game number 2 of this doubleheader here on July 30th, 1961. We got, take a look here at the starting lineups for game number 2. The Orioles didn't make much change. Anything they changed was the catcher. So we got leading off playing third base, Brooks Robinson. Batting second, playing left field is Russ Snyder. Batting third, playing center field is Jackie Brandt. Batting fourth, playing first base is Jim Gentile. Batting fifth, playing right field is Whitey Herzog. Like I say, the only change in the lineup for the Orioles is doing the catching. Batting sixth is Gus Strandis. Batting seventh, playing shortstop is Ron Hansen. Batting eighth, playing second base is Marv Breeden. And on the mound, doing the pitching, batting ninth is Milt Pappas. And now on to the hometown New York Yankees starting lineup. Yankees made some big changes here. Got leading off playing third base is Clint Boyer. Batting second, playing second is Billy Gardner. Batting third, playing right field is Roger Maris. Batting fourth, playing center field is Mickey Mantle. Batting fifth, playing first base is Elston Howard. Batting sixth, playing left field is Yogi Berra. Batting seventh, playing doing the catching is Johnny Blanchard. Batting eighth, playing shortstop is Joe Demetrius. And batting ninth, doing the pitching is Raleigh Sheldon. The only three batters that was in the starting lineup in game one is Boyer, Mantle, and Howard. And Howard's playing a different position, folks. So the Yankees switched it all up. Let's get down to Yankee Stadium and get this game started. Bernard's in the house. Hey, Bernard, check out Bernard's channel. He's starting a new project, 1914. Red Sox using out of the park baseball. Did a great job, I thought, Bernard. Alrighty, and here's the first pitch to Brooks Robinson. Brooks is hitting 278 on the year. And that's going to be a fly ball in the center field. Mick, having played perfect, makes the catch for out number one. One down here in the first. Brings up Russ Snyder for the Orioles. And Russ is hitting 312 on the year. He had a great game one. And he starts this off with a ground ball down to Howard. Howard's going to take it himself, calls off Sheldon. And that's 2 up, 2 down. Here's Jackie Brandt. Jackie is hitting 289 on the year. And that's going to be ball 4. He'll take his base. I'll bring up Jim Gentile. Jim's hitting 323 on the year, folks. And he's got 35 home runs. And he walks him. Sheldon all of a sudden can't find the plate. Walks 2 now. We got first and second and 2 outs here for Whitey Herzog. Walking Gentile might not have been the dumbest move, though. I'll give him credit for that. Here's Herzog. And Whitey lifts that ball in the center field. Mick takes a few steps in. And the walks don't hurt him. The Orioles leave 2. We go to the bottom of the first. Orioles nothing. Yankees due up. A little different 1-2 punch here for the Yanks. Boyer, then Gardner, and then Maris. Let's see if this change in the lineup helps out. Boyer's been smoking hot now, folks. He's 245 on the year, but sure, he's really been hitting the ball the last few games. Let's see if he can keep it up. And he pops this one straight up the chute. Gus has got it for out number 1. Probably just put the kibosh on Boyer. I did the last game. And here comes Mr. Billy Gardner. Let's see what he can do here in limited play. He's hitting 256 for the Yanks. And that's going to be a fly ball in the center field. Jackie takes a few steps back, makes the catch. Nice play by Jackie. Robs him of a hit. That brings up Roger, who had the first game off, folks. Roger's hitting 257 on the year, leading the major leagues with 42 home runs. And that's going to be a pop-up on the infield. He wants it. And that's going to be Hansen. He's going to take it. makes the catch for out number 3. The Yankees go down in order. It's 0-0 as we go to the top of the second. And we got Whitey Herzog, Gus Tremendous, and Ron Hansen due up here for the Orioles. Whitey is batting .234 on the year. And that's going to be a base on balls. Sheldon's having trouble with the strike zone here early, folks. Whitey down at first. See if they can get a ground ball out of Gus and get a double play here. Gus is hitting .247 on the year. And that ball is hit down the third. Can they go around the horn here, folks? Boyer over to Gardner. Not used to saying that. Over the first, but not in time. That was a slow roller. They get the lead runner, though. Brings up Hansen now with 1 out and a runner down at first. Ron's hitting a $198 on the year, folks. And that's a swing and a miss to right 3 for 2 outs here in the second. Brings up Marv Breeding. Marv's only hitting a $188. And that's going to be a pass ball, wild pitch rather. Sheldon all over the place. I don't know if you want to dig in against him today. So now it's 1 ball, no strikes on Breeden with Hansen down at second, 2 outs. And that's going to be a pop-up in the foul territory. Boyer over near the dugout makes the catch for out number 3. So the Orioles strand 1. We get to the bottom of the second. It's 0-0. We got Mantle, Howard, and Bear due up here for the Yanks. See if they can get the MILT. Mick is batting .287 on the year. Like I say, he's been in a little bit of a slump. And they're still not going to take no chances. They walked the Mick. I don't know. I think I might be pitching to him. Howard, he had a heck of a game in game number 1. See if he can come through here. He's batting .309 on the year. And that's a swing and a miss. They strike Howard out for out number 1. Brings up everybody's favorite Yogi. Yogi Berra batting .312 on the year. Can Mr. Clutch come through? And that's a swing and a miss to right 3. 2 outs here now in the second. And it's up to Johnny Blanchard to make him pay for walking the Mick. Johnny's hitting .225 on the year. He's off to a terrible start. And that ain't going to get any better here because that ball is hit back to the mound. He'll throw over to first, and that'll end the inning, folks. So the walk doesn't hurt him. The Yankees strand Mick down at first. We go to the top of the third. We got Pappas back to the top of the order. Robinson and Snyder for the Orioles. Milt Pappas, good hitting pitcher, hitting .277 on the year, folks. And that's going to be a ground ball down the second. And Bobby Richardson's up with it. Fires. Oh, no, it's not Bobby Richardson. That is Gardner. Sorry about that, folks. That's how much I forgot about that. Bobby's not in the game. Over to Howard. That's not the normal combination, that's for sure. That brings up Brooks now. He's 0 for 1. He grounded out to Howard his first time up. And that is going to be a ground ball down the third. And Clint Boyer fumbles and bumbles and messes that one all up. That's going to be an E5, folks. Robinson's aboard on the air on Boyer. So 1 down. And we got Snyder up now. Let's see if they can get a double play with Snyder and Brooksy. And that ball's hit down the third. Can Boyer make up for it this time, folks? He fires over to Gardner. And Gardner just eats the ball. Not enough time to get Snyder. But they do get the lead runner. That brings up Jackie Bryant now with a runner on at first. He walked his first time up. And that's going to be a fly ball in the right field. Rogers got that measured up. And the Orioles strand 1. We go to the bottom of the third. It's 0-0. We got Demetrius and then Sheldon, followed by Boyer. Let's see if Joe can get off the snide here. He's hitting a $190. And that is going to be a ground ball down the second. Easy play for Marv. 1 out. Here comes Mr. Rollie. Rolling is batting a .88. And that's going to be a base hit in the left field because we don't need no stinking DH. So Rollins aboard here for Boyer. Let's see if Boyer can do some damage here. He's 0 for 1. He popped up to the catcher's first time up. And that's not what you want to see. That's a ground ball down the second. Over to Hanson. Over to Gentile. And that's a 4-6-3 inning double play, folks. So we go to the top of the fourth. It's still nothing. Yankees unable to take advantage of Sheldon's base hit. Hate when the pitcher gets on and you can't score him. That brings up Gentile, followed by Herzog and Gus. Gentile is 0 for 1. He flew out the mic his first time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Howard. He takes it himself for out number 1. And here comes Whitey. And that's going to be a base on balls. That's Whitey's second walk of the game. I don't know why Sheldon's scared to pitch to him. Let's see if Gus can hit into a double play for him. He reached on a fielder's choice his first time up. And that's going to be an infield hit, folks. Believe it or not, Gus gets an infield hit. So it's first and second here. And only 1 out here for Hanson. Ron Hanson's 0 for 1. He struck out his first time up. And that's going to be a fly ball in the left field, not deep enough to get Gus over to the third. So that is 2 down here as Yogi fires the ball back in. Brings up Marv Breeden. Marv's 0 for 1. He popped up the third his first time up. And that's going to be a ball hit down the third. And that's going to load the bases up because Boyer with another error today, folks. Not a good day for Boyer. Hitting to a double play and now 2 errors. And that fills the bases. Bases juice now for MILT PAPPAS, who's not a bad hitting pitcher. You can't take him lightly. Was that Pappas? It was just up. Did I mess this all up? How did I mess this all up? Sorry about that, folks. I'll go back here. How did I mess that all up? Let's see what I messed up here. Shall we? Okay, Breeden flew out. Then it was Pappas. Instead of that being an error, then 53 for Pappas is a swing and a miss, a strikeout. Sorry about that, folks. Oh. So that's a swing and a miss. Sheldon gets out of the mess. And now we go to the bottom of the fourth after I screwed the pooch here. All righty. Sorry about that. That brings up Gardner, followed by the M&M boys, Maris and Mantle. And here's the pitch to Billy Gardner. He is 0 for 1 today. And he's going to be 0 for 2 with a swing and a miss, strike 3. 1 down here in the fourth. See if the M&M boys can get something going. Here's the pitch to Roger. And that ball is belted in the center field. Jackie Brandt on his horse makes a nice dive and catch and robs Roger of a base hit, folks. Darn, that was well hit. Thought Roger was going to get on with a nick. That brings up Mano now. Can Mick get aboard here, folks? He walked his first time up, and that's going to be a deep fly ball in the right field. But Whitey's got room out there, and the Yankees go down 1, 2, 3. We go to the top of the fifth. It's still nothing. Top of the order due up here for the Orioles. Robinson, Snyder, and Brandt. Here's the pitch to Brooks. He's 0 for 2. And that's going to be a base hit in the right field. He goes the other way. So the lead runner's aboard for the Orioles. Their second base hit of the game. And that brings up Snyder now. He is 0 for 2, looking for a double play. And that's what the doctor ordered, but I don't think they're going to get it. That's a slow roller down the short. He'll fire over to first to get the batter, but he didn't have enough time to turn 2. So that'll put Robinson down at second with 1 out for Jackie. Here's the pitch to Jackie. And that ball is well hit, folks. And that ball is high. That ball is far. That ball is gone in the deep center field. And that makes it a 2-0 game as the Orioles take the lead here, folks. On the home run by Jackie Brandt. Brings up Gentile now with 1 out and nobody on. And that's going to be a deep fly ball in the center field. This time Mick's got a little bit of room out there near Babe Ruth Monument. Makes the catch. And all of a sudden now they're starting to shellac Sheldon a little bit, folks. 2 down now for Whitey Herzog, who's walked both times up, I believe. No, he's 0 for 2. Whitey walked both times. That's a fly ball in the center field. Mick takes a few steps in, makes the catch, but not until the Orioles scored 2 on the 2-run homer by Jackie Brandt and lead this game 2-0 as we go to the 5th. We got Howard, Barra, and Blanchard due up here. See if the Yankees can get something started. Howard struck out his first time up, but he didn't strike out this time, folks. He blasted that ball down the third base line, and that's going to be a stand-up double for Howard. Standing down at second now with nobody out. Yogi. Maybe the power company turned on the power here in the 5th. Here's Yogi now. And they sure did, folks, because that ball is high, that ball is far, that ball is hit the dead center. And this game is tied up just like that. It's 2-2, folks. Still nobody out here for the Yankees in the 5th. That brings up Johnny Blanchard. Can he keep this power machine going? And that'll be a deep fly ball in the center field. Jackie Brandt makes a nice catch near the wall. And all of a sudden now they're lighting up PAPPAS. 1 down now. Brings up Dimitri. He is 0 for 1 here today. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Brooks Robinson. Easy play for Brooksy. 2 outs now. And that brings up Sheldon. He singled his first time up, folks. See if he can do it again here and keep this inning alive. And that's going to be a swing and a miss, strike 3. That'll end the inning, but thanks to Yogi's 2-run homer, the Yankees tie this game up. We go to the top of the 6th. It's 2 apiece. Gus, Hansen, and Breeden due up here for the Orioles. Oh, I didn't know it wasn't Bernard. Yeah, didn't know it wasn't, buddy. I'll have to give it a try. Alrighty, here's Gus, Hansen, and Breeden due up. And Gus is 0 for 1 with 2 walks on the day. And that's going to be another walk, folks. Gus trots on down to first. And that'll bring up Ron Hansen now. Again, the lead runner aboard. Yankees flirting with danger. Here's Ron Hansen. He is 1 for 2 today. Reached on a fielder's choice his other time up. And that's going to be a base on balls. Darn, all of a sudden Sheldon walking himself into a problem here, folks. Sure, not what you want with a tie ball game. Damn. So we got first and second now for Marvin Breeden. And here we go. Marv is 0 for 2. Can he finally get a pitch over the strike zone? He does, folks, and that's going to be a ground ball down the third. And his only play is going to be over the first. So the runners will advance and we'll get second and third. And that'll bring up MILT PAPPAS. And they're going to let MILT hit here in the sixth. Yankees will bring the infield in for PAPPAS. Like I say, PAPPAS is pitching a good game. Just gave up that one bad pitch. So here we go. And MILT PAPPAS, like I say, ain't a bad hitting pitcher. Yankees with the infield in. Here we go. And that's going to be a swing and a miss. Strike three. Big strikeout by Sheldon, folks. Still 2 outs, though. Now Brooks Robinson's up. See if they can get Brooksy out. He's 1 for 3 today. Here's the pitch to Brooksy. And no, they can't. That's going to be a single in the left field. That's going to drive in 2 runs. Sure. And the Yankees now trailing by 2. And it is a 4-2 ball game, folks. And now we got runner on at first. 2 outs. And poor Sheldon couldn't get out of the inning. They just came back to bite him in the butt. Let's see what Snyder does here. Snyder is 0 for 2. And that's going to be a infield hit, folks. And that's going to put first and second. And still 2 outs. Sure. Sheldon's having some problems here getting that final out, folks. That brings up Jackie Brandt. He's already homered today, folks. Here's the pitch to Jackie. And that's going to be a ground ball down the second. And that is going to be booted by Gardner. And that fills the bases up. Jeez, you Pete's. Not who you want to see if you're a Yankee fan up the bat. Jim Gentile, who is 0 for 2 today. Here's the pitch to Jim. And that's a ground ball down the short. Dimitri will go the short way over to second to end the inning. But the Orioles scored 2 and take a 4-2 lead, folks. And who we got up? We got the top of the order due up here for the Yanks. We got Boyer, Gardner, and Maris due up. Okay, buddy. I'll have to try it. I appreciate it, man. I'll try to pause a little bit. So Boyer, Gardner, and Maris. Boyer is 0 for 2 here today. See if he can get on base and set up the M&M boys. He can, folks. He squares this one up, man. And that ball is driven in the right field to Whitey Herzog. And Whitey gets over, cuts the ball off, keeps Boyer out of single. So Boyer's on at first with nobody out. Here comes Billy Gardner up now. Billy is 0 for 2. Can he keep this hit parade going, folks? Really set up the M&M boys. Yes, he can. He squares this one up, folks. And this ball is driven into right field. Billy Gardner. Nice base hit for Gardner. Whitey's up with it. He can't cut this one off, folks. This one goes to the wall. And that's going to score. Excuse me. Boyer from first. And the Yankees now trailing 4-3 with the M&M boys coming up and nobody out. And all of a sudden, MILT PAPPAS, who was cruising through this game, is having trouble. That brings up Maris, who is 0 for 2. He is due, folks. Can he tie this game up or maybe even give the Yankees a lead? And that ball is hit down the second. And that'll get the runner over to third. So it's all up to Mick here with 1 out. Gardner down at third. Can Mick tie this game up or launch his 32nd home run of the year and give the Yankees a lead, folks? And that ball is driven into center right field, and Herzog near the wall makes the catch, but this will tie the game up. So Mick gets a sacrifice fly. Hey, what's going on, Beatles? So the game's tied up 4 apiece. Now it's 2 outs, nobody on for Howard. So the M&M boys, not exactly what you wanted. They did play some small ball, but that's not what you're paying them for. Drive in a run. So here's Elston Howard now. He is 1 for 2 with a double. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Brooks Robinson. Robinson up with it. Fires over to Jim Gentile. And that'll end the inning, folks. But the Yankees scored 2. And we go to the 7th. Tied up 4 apiece. My voice is starting to go. I didn't bring nothing up to drink. We got Herzog, Gus, and Hanson due up here in the 7th. Let's see what Sheldon can do here. Can he hold them down? Whitey is 0 for 3 today. And that's going to be a fly ball in the deep center field. Mick makes a nice over-the-shoulder catch and robs Whitey of a base hit. Nice play by the Mick. Brings up Gus. Gus is walked all 3 times today, folks. And not this time. That ball is hit down the short. Joe's up with it. He's going to fire over to Howard at first. And that'll be out number 2. Yeah. What you putting in there, Beatles? Pitchers? And here's Ron Hansen up now. He's 1 for 2 with a walk. And that's going to be a swing and a miss, strike 3. And the Yankees set them down in order. And we'll go to the 7th inning stretch. And we got Yogi, Blanchard, and Dimitri due up here in the bottom of the 7th. Yogi's 1 for 2 with that 2-run homer, folks. And that's going to be a base hit in the left field. Yogi's on board again for the 2nd time here today, folks. That sets up Johnny Blanchard here. Can he do something about it? Johnny is 0 for 2. He's grounded out the first and flew out the center. And that's going to be a big swing and a miss, strike 3. Oh, everything, Beatles. One thing, though, the pitchers aren't hard for the batters once you get them set up in the subfolder. Just one click of a button is just putting them in the darn subfolder. And that brings up Joe Dimitri. Do we pitch hit for Joe here? I think we do. I think we bring in Mr. Quebec's going to come in and pitch hit for Joe. See if Mr. Quebec can come through with a big 1-out base hit here. Here comes Mr. Quebec in. So Tony comes in here with Yogi down at first, 1 out. Tony's hitting 285 on the year, folks. And that's going to be a ground ball down the 2nd. Is it going to be a double play or not? That ball is hit down to Breeden. He's up with it. He fires over to short, over to first. And Quebec beats the throw, folks. So there's 2 outs now. I think we're going to pitch hit here for Sheldon. Try to get this game, get a lead here. Let's see who they're going to pitch hit with. I think they're going to bring in Bob Serve. Bob's going to come in here and pitch hit for Sheldon. See if Bob can do some damage here in a tie ball game. Bob's hitting .263 on the year. I hear you, Bernard. 71 home runs. That's a monster year. Sure. All righty. Here's Bob Serve up now. 2 outs. Quebec down at first. Can Bob be the hero here today, folks? And that is going to be a deep fly ball in the center field. Jackie Brandt makes a nice running catch and robs Bob of a hit. Jackie's having a heck of a game out there in center field, folks. And that'll do it for the Yankees in the 7th. They lead 1 runner on. We go to the top of the 8th, and the Yankees need a pitcher here. See who the Yankees are going to bring in. They're going to bring in Jim Coates is going to come in here to pitch. And Tony will stay in and play short. So here we go. He'll be facing Breeden, a pitch hitter for Pappas and Robinson here in the top of the 8th. Here's the pitch to Marv. And that's not what the Yankees want to see. That's going to be a ground ball down the third. And believe it or not, folks, yes, that is the 3rd error by Boyer, one of the best fielding third basemen in the game with his 3rd error. Sure. That puts Breeden on at first with nobody out. Let's see who they're going to bring in here to pitch hit. I think they're going to go with Dave Feely. He's going to pitch hit here for MILT PAPPAS. So you got a runner on at first, nobody out. The go-ahead run, and MILT PAPPAS is being pitched hit for Dave Feely. He's batting .295 on the year, folks. So Jim Coates trying to get a double play here. And that ball is smacked down to Tony Quebec, who just entered the game. Of course, the ball is going to find you. He fires over to second, over to first, and that's a 6-4-3 tailor-made double play, folks. So now there's nobody on and 2 outs for Mr. Brooks Robinson. Brooks is having one hell of a game. He's 2 for 4 with 2 RBIs. And that's going to be a swing and a miss, strike 3. And we go to the bottom of the 8th. Got the top of the order due up here for the Yankees. Let's see who the Orioles are going to bring in here to pitch. They got 2 games off, 2 days off, everybody does, for the All-Star break. So all hands on deck as far as that goes. And they got righty, and then the lefty and Roger. See who they're going to bring in here. Fisher or Strock, probably. Let's see here. They're going to bring in Jack Fisher is going to come in here and pitch. So Jack Fisher will be facing the top of the order here for the Yankees. Boyer, Gardner, and excuse me, Maris. And Boyer is 1 for 3. He scored. See if he can get back on base, and he does with a walk. Nice eye by Clint Boyer. Gets on board here for Billy Gardner. So Gardner up the bat now. Gardner's 1 for 3. He doubled his last time up and drove Boyer in. Let's see if he can do it again, folks. And that's going to be a base on balls. And all of a sudden, Jack Fisher is not looking like the answer here for the Orioles. Back-to-back walks to bring up the M&M boys in a tie ball game. They go out and talk to Jackie. And let's see who the Orioles are going to get up. They're going to get up Strock. He's up and throwing in a hurry here. So here's the pitch to Maris. Can Maris be the hero here, folks? He is 0 for 3. He is due, to say the least. And that's going to be a ball hit down to Breeden at second. He throws over to first. That ball's in the dirt, folks. And Rogers safe. Everybody advances. And we got the bases juiced for Mr. Mickey Mantle. And they're going to leave Fisher in the game. That wasn't his fault with that error. So they're going to trust him against Mick. Let's see if it comes back to bite him in the butt. Again, Mick's 0 for 1. He's walked. Let's see if he can drive in some runs and give the Yankees a lead, folks. And he sure does, because that ball is belted in the right field. And that's going to clear the bases, folks. Nice piece of hitting by the Mick. And all of a sudden, the Yankees takes a 3-run lead on Mick's 3-run RBI double. And that will be the end of the game for Fisher. He doesn't get a so out again. That's the second time against the Yankees he's come in and not done anything. So Strock will come in the game now, sure, with Mick down at second and nobody out. Fisher's ERA is ballooning up here against the Yanks. And Mickey finally comes through. Sure, he was way overdue. So Strock comes in the game. He'll be facing Howard, Berra, and Blanchard. And Mick down at second with nobody out. And the Yankees now leading 7 to 4. Here's the pitch to Helston Howard. He's 1 for 3 with a double and scored. And he's not through yet today, folks. That's going to be a single in the right field. And Mick will stop at third. Surprised with that. But Mick holds at third. We got first and third and still nobody out. Orioles has got to play the infield in. They're already down by 3. Here's Mr. Yogi having one hell of a game. He's 2 for 3 with a home run. And that's going to be a single over short. And that'll score Mick. Let's see if Mr. Howard's going to motor on down the third. He's going to stop at second. Yogi with an RBI single, and all of a sudden this game's turning into a rout, which was a close ball game, folks. So we got first and second now for Blanchard. Johnny's 0 for 3. He's off to a bad start this year, folks. Only hitting .220 on the year. He is definitely a disappointment for the Yanks so far. One of the few. Here's the pitch to Johnny, and that's going to be a base on balls. Sure. Orioles can't get a break here in the 8th inning. That brings up Tony Kubek, bases juiced. The Orioles now is going to play back for a double play. And that's going to be a fly ball in the center field. And that's not deep enough to score anybody. So that is the first out of the inning. And Jim Coates is going to stay in the game, folks. And he's going to hit away here. And that's going to be a fly ball in the left field. And that's not going to be deep enough to score, I don't think. Howard's going to stay put. So that is 2 outs. Still an 8-4 ball game. That brings up Mr. Boyer. Boyer again having a good game. He's 1 for 3 with a walk and scored twice. And he's not through yet, folks. That's a single over short. And that'll score Yogi also. How about that, folks? And there you go. Does both runners advance? Yeah, both runners advance 2 bases. And all of a sudden now it's a 10-4 good buddy game. Sure. Oh, I bet it is, Beatles. Yeah, exactly. Cool. 1971, that's a nice year. Orioles and the Pirates. And here comes Billy Gardner up now. Billy 1 for 3 in this 10-4 game. And that'll do it for this inning. That ball is hit down to Hanson at first. At short, he'll fire over to first, and that'll end the inning. The Yankees score 6 and blow this game open as we go to the 9th inning, folks. We got Snyder, Brandt, and Gentile. If you're an Orioles fan, you got the guys up you want, but down by 6 now. Here's the pitch to Russ, and that's going to be a base hit in the left field. The Orioles aren't going down easy, folks. Snyder on. Mr. Jackie Brandt, he's homered in this game, folks. Here's the pitch to Jackie, and that's what the Yankees was looking for. That ball's hit down to Gardner at second, over to Quebec, over to Moose, and that is a 4-6-3 double play. And that'll bring up Jim Gentile. And if you're a Yankees fan, that's how you want to see Jim up, with nobody on and 2 outs in the 9th, leading by 6. And that's going to be a swing and a miss, strike 3, and that is your ball game, folks. He's going to have another close game, but the Yankees in the 8th inning blew this one open, man. And the Yankees take 3 out of 4 from the Orioles. Sweep the doubleheader. Orioles took the first game of this 4-game set. Yankees come back and win the next 3. Here's the line score. The Orioles 4 runs on 6 hits and an error. The Yankees 10 runs on 10 hits and 3 errors, and all 3 errors were made by Mr. Clint Boyer. Brooks Robinson and Snyder 2 for 5 today. Brooksy with 2 RBIs. Jackie Brandt with that 2-run homer. The Orioles again left 9 men on base. Clint Boyer still hitting good, folks. 2 for 4. 2 RBIs on the day. Oh, thank you, Beatles. I appreciate it, bud. Yogi Berra 3 for 4. Howard 2 for 4. And Mick with that big 3-run RBI double, folks. 4 RBIs on the day for Mick. He finally busted loose. Been waiting on that. The Yankees only left 4 on base. MILT PAPPAS doesn't get a decision, folks. Pitched a damn good game. 7 innings, 6 hits, 4 runs, 1 walk, struck out 5, and gave up the home run. But Mr. Fisher came in and blew this game. 1 hit, 4 runs, 2 of them earned, walked 2, and didn't get a soul out, folks. Strock came in, pitched the final inning, gave up 3 hits, 2 unearned runs, and walked 1. Sheldon goes 7 innings, doesn't get a decision, gives up 5 hits on 4 runs, walked 6. His control was shaky. Struck out 4 and gave up a home run. Jim Coach comes in, pitches 2 innings, gets the win, 1 hit and 2 strikeouts. Oh, you're welcome, Bernard. You guys going to do a game later on here, Bernard or Beatles? Do some fast play here in the American League. We got the White Sox and Red Sox playing a doubleheader. See if Bernard and Beatles is going to do a game here later on. I'm going to get something to eat and give my voice a rest here. Darn cold. I thought I was about over it. Cool, Beatles. What time? The White Sox shut out your Red Sox, Bernard. White Sox 4 runs on 8 hits and no errors. The Red Sox no runs on 4 hits and no errors. Let's see if the Red Sox can bounce back in game number. Oh, very soon. Okay, I'll speed this up in Beatles. We got the White Sox and Red Sox in game number 2 here. See if the Red Sox can bounce back and split this doubleheader. No, they don't. Man, the White Sox 15 runs on 19 hits and no errors. The Red Sox 5 runs on 8 hits and 3 errors. Okay, Beatles. Alrighty, now we got the Twins taking on the Tigers. This isn't a doubleheader. This is just a single game. See what happens here in Detroit City. Bobby Bears in Detroit City. And the Tigers win big. Twins 2 runs, 7 hits, and no errors. Tigers 7 runs on 16 hits and 3 errors. A lot of errors on July 30th here. A lot of 3-error games. Look at that. Yankees and Orioles in the first had a total of 3 errors. The Yankees and Orioles in the second game, 4 errors. An error in the first game and 3 errors by the White Sox and 3 errors by the Tigers. But the errors really ain't hurting the teams. That's the crazy part. And we got the Senators traveling out to Kansas City to battle for last place against the A's. See what happens here. In Kansas City, here we come. Yes, it was, Bernard. I agree. It was. Of course, you had the Yankees and Orioles and Yankees. I mean, that was 3 great teams. I mean, either one of them other 2 teams probably make it to the World Series. They probably beat the Reds, the Tigers, or the Orioles, I think. American League was loaded that year. Senators win a close one. 3 runs on 7 hits and no errors. The A's 2 runs on 9 hits and no errors. And here's the last game in the American League. You got the Tribe heading out to California to take on the Angels. And the Indians win a close one. 4 runs on 15 hits and no errors. Angels 2 runs on 3 hits and no errors. Let's take a look here at the standings after July 30th. This is the last game in July, folks. And it's the last game until the All-Star break. This is the second All-Star game. In 1961, they played 2 All-Star games. Yes, you did say that, Bernard. That is crazy. That was one heck of a lineup. I mean, everybody talks about Mick and Maris, but then you had Yogi, Blanchard, and Howard. I mean, that was a hell of a lineup. And the Tigers get ahead of the Orioles now and take over second place after the Orioles lose 3 in a row. Tigers are now 4.5 games back of the Yankees. Orioles are 5.5 games back. And the Twins finally lose to the Tigers. They had an 8-game winning streak. They're 8.5 games back. The White Sox with a 4-game winning streak, 10 games back. Angels 19.5. The Red Sox and the Tribe are tied at 23 games back. The Senators 31.5 games back, and the lonely A's 34.5 games back. Jimmy's still leading the league with a 327 batting average. Rogers still stuck on 42 home runs. Norm Cash is at 97 RBIs. Let's look here at the pitching here. Jim Bunning's leading the league with a 2 ERA, 17 wins. And Luis picked up his 24th save of the year in game number 1 of the doubleheader. Yes, you can, Beatles. Yep, you sure can. You can even use Michael's stadiums. I've used his in this that he did for Out of the Park. Sure can. Yeah. Yep. Like I say, I've used both Action PC and the Out of the Park ones that Michael done. Yeah. Very compatible. We got Norm Cash leading in the most valuable player voting, and Jim Bunning is still leading in the Cy Young. Maris is in second in MVP, and Whitey's second in Cy Young. Oh, you're welcome, Beatles, bud. Yeah, like I say, it's very user friendly. I think Digital Diamond is. Yeah. And again, if you got any questions, ask me. If I can't figure it out, Mark, he's a heck of a good guy. He responds very quickly to emails, Beetle, if we can't figure it out together. That's for sure. Yeah. All righty, folks. Well, I'm going to get off here and get something to eat, give my voice a rest with this darn cold. I thought I was over it this morning. I didn't feel too bad. But after doing back-to-back games, it's kicking my butt. My nose is all stuffed up again. And like I say, voice is getting cracky. I want to thank Beatles and Bernard for stopping by. Check out their channels. Like I say, Beatles says he's going to be on here in less than an hour. Check out Bernard. Like I say, he just started a 1914 Out of the Park season with the Red Sox folks. It is awesome. Check that out. He's still doing 67 playoffs he's still got to do with his Red Sox making it. Check that out. All righty, folks. Until next time, you all have a great afternoon and take care. I might be on later on today. It all depends here. Oh, thank you, Bernard. I appreciate it. Like I say, hopefully I get some food in me and get some liquid in me and I'll feel better. I just thought, like I say, I woke up this morning and felt darn good. I thought maybe I was finally shaking the darn thing. So much for that. All righty. Until next time, y'all take care and have a great afternoon.